Friends, imagine a police officer approaching a prisoner on death row. "You have only 2 months left," she says. "After that, you will be hanged. Do you have any last wish?" The prisoner, showing no fear or sadness, simply smiles. "My last wish," he declares, "is to spend every night with a virgin girl until I die." The policewoman is stunned. "That's impossible," she says. "We can't force any girl to do such a thing for a prisoner." The prisoner looks her straight in the eye and says, "Then why don't you fulfill my wish yourself?" The officer is furious, but keeps her composure. "I am a police officer," she states firmly. "I would never do something like that with a prisoner." She presses him for a different wish, but he refuses. This is his only request. Friends, did the policewoman fulfill the prisoner's shocking final wish? This true story is so intense, it will give you goosebumps. So let's dive right into today's incredible tale. Our story begins with a brave and fearless policewoman named Santoshi. Although she was new to the force, not even a year in, she was already respected as a senior officer at her station. She had a reputation for being relentless. Any criminal in her district would eventually find themselves behind bars. One day, Santoshi received a tip. A young man had murdered his own mother in a nearby village. Without a moment's hesitation, Santoshi and her team raced to the scene. When they arrived, they found a heartbreaking sight. A mother lay lifeless on the ground, and standing over her was a young man, about 21 years old, clutching a large wooden stick. "Drop the stick and come with us," Santoshi commanded. The young man, whose name was Amit, complied without a word and was taken into custody. Santoshi had just 24 hours to present him in court. She placed him in a holding cell, but didn't question him. She just observed his strange silence. The next day in court, the proceedings began. When asked about his crime, Amit remained silent, offering no defense, no explanation. Faced with his silence and the evidence at the scene, the judge delivered the most severe sentence possible: death by hanging. But even as the verdict was read, Amit showed no reaction. No panic, no tears. He was just a young man with only a few months left to live. Santoshi escorted him back to the station and placed him in a secure cell to await his fate. A few days later, a distressed woman rushed into the police station. "Officer," she cried, "someone broke into my house and stole everything." Santoshi immediately dispatched her fellow officers to the woman's home. "Go collect evidence," she instructed. "Call me if you find anything." The officers left with the woman, leaving Santoshi alone at the station with the silent prisoner Amit. Drawn by his strange calmness, Santoshi walked over to his cell. "Aren't you sad?" she asked gently. "You've been sentenced to die. Why won't you speak? You didn't even try to defend yourself. This is your mistake, and now no one can save you." To her surprise, a small smile appeared on Amit's face. Seeing him smile infuriated her. "You're laughing," she snapped. "Aren't you devastated that your mother is gone and it's your fault?" Just as she was speaking, her phone rang. It was one of her officers. She had to leave immediately for the robbery case. When she arrived at the woman's house, the mystery was quickly solved. It turned out the woman's own son had taken the money from the cupboard. With that case closed, Santoshi returned to the station only to find an official order waiting for her. It instructed her to ask the condemned prisoner Amit if he had a final wish. Later that evening, Santoshi brought Amit a cup of tea. "You only have 2 months left," she said, her tone softer now. "If you have any last wish, tell me, and we'll try to fulfill it." Amit looked at her, his expression confident and unwavering. "My last wish," he said clearly, "is to spend every night with a virgin girl." Santoshi was taken aback, a flash of anger rising within her, but she controlled it. "That's an outrageous and inappropriate request," she said calmly. "It's my only last wish," Amit repeated, his gaze fixed on her. "That would be wrong," Santoshi insisted. "Think of something else." But Amit just kept repeating the same shocking demand. "No girl would ever agree to that," Santoshi argued, trying to make him see reason. Amit let out a short, hollow laugh. "But you're a girl, aren't you?" he said softly. "And you don't look married. Why don't you fulfill my last wish yourself?" The question hung in the air, sending a shiver down Santoshi's spine. She was stunned, nervous, but also intrigued. She didn't want to involve an innocent girl in this strange and unsettling situation. She looked at the condemned man, 1,000 thoughts racing through her mind. After a long, tense silence, she made a decision that would change everything. "I will meet you tonight," she said, her voice barely a whisper, before turning and walking away. That night, Santoshi returned to the station. She had changed out of her police uniform and was now wearing a simple sari. She unlocked the prisoner's cell and stepped inside, seeing her Amit's face lit up with a genuine smile. "I knew it," he said. "The moment you asked about my last wish, I felt a connection. I've never met an officer like you. You actually did what I asked. I am only doing this because it is customary to fulfill a dying person's last wish," Santoshi replied, trying to maintain her professional distance. But Amit's next question cut through her defenses. "If every prisoner made a wish like this," he asked, "would you fulfill it for all of them?" Santoshi was silent. Then, looking directly at him, she asked the question that had been burning in her mind. "What really happened with your mother? Did you do it?" For the first time, Amit's composure broke. "How could I ever hurt my own mother?" he choked out, his voice thick with emotion. "I was trying to save her. When I got home, she was already injured. I only picked up that stick to protect her from whoever did it. But I was too late." Hearing the truth and seeing the raw pain in his eyes, Santoshi knew he was innocent. She immediately reopened the investigation, working tirelessly to uncover what really happened that day. She gathered new evidence and presented it to the court. This time Amit, with Santoshi by his side, told the judges the full story. "Why didn't you say this before?" the judge asked. "I was terrified," Amit confessed. "I didn't think anyone would believe me." Just in the nick of time, with the execution date looming, Santoshi's investigation proved Amit's innocence. A few months later, the real killer was caught and brought to justice. Freed from prison and his death sentence, Amit started a new life. He and Santoshi, the policewoman who had been willing to risk everything for the truth, had formed an unbreakable bond. Soon after, they got married. Even though Santoshi was 3 years older than Amit, their love story proved that truth and courage can overcome any obstacle. My dear friends, that's where our incredible story ends. If you were moved by this tale of justice and unexpected love, please show your support by subscribing to our channel. We can't wait to share another amazing story with you very soon. Until then, take care and goodbye.